love for the game. Got love for the.
Nobody wanna see us together, but it don't matter though. Nothing matters. None of this stuff really matters, bro. I knew since a kid, like, I've been out of my mind about a lot of things, bro. But one of the main things I've come to like realize throughout life and all these experiences is that, bro, none of this shit really matters, bro. I'm in this flesh suit, right? That I'm actually borrowing. Like, I'm not gonna have this body my whole entire eternal, you know what I'm saying, lifespan. I know one day I gotta be put in the ground. And when I am put in the ground, my soul is gonna ascend to wherever it needs to go to throughout the universe, right? With that concept in mind, bro, why the fuck does it matter if I got designer clothes, if I got iced out jewelry, if I got the nicest car, if I got biggest house, or if I got the nicest high-rise apartment? Like, after a while, when I was living my life, it finally dawned on me that none of this shit matters. And when that did occur, I felt like a part of me was being set free. Let me paint a picture for y'all. Young me, younger me, designer was like a thing. It got to the point where, you know, Christian Louboutins, I had a pair of red bottoms. It got to the point where I had the Mike Amiri jeans. I had the Balmain jeans. I had Balmain hoodies. I had Ferragamo belts, LV belts. Like, I was that type of person. Now, mind you, I always had substance though. So up here always worked. You know what I'm saying? But I always liked looking good. I became a very flashy human being. Y'all want to talk about grills? I had grills. 6 to the top, 6 to the bottom. I had a diamond pinky ring, a diamond Cuban link bracelet. I was just going all out. I had gold herringbone chains. I had VVS diamond chains. Like, if you were to approach me now, you'd never know it because this is me. You know what I'm saying? Diamond jewelry, gold jewelry, all that shit. But nowadays, I went back into my hooper phase. You know, when I was a hooper and I was playing college ball, for me, it was just sweats, tees. I got Birkenstocks, or maybe I throw my Yeezy slides on, just something calm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the reasoning behind the ideology that I have now. None of this stuff really matters, bro. You can't take none of this shit with you. Y'all wanna know why we become doctors, or why people become lawyers, or people become professors in this world? One, it's kind of a passion for them. For sure, you know, I'll agree on that. You know, it's a passion for people. That's why they step into the career. But two, they're well-paying jobs. And the majority of people that I talk to, a lot of them are working in their careers because it pays the bills. So for me, it's safe to say that a lot of us kind of go get these careers, try to chase this status and try to get this money because we need those type of accomplishments to make sure our life here is sustainable. But with me watching like just YouTube videos and watch people talk on certain things that, you know, when individuals go off grid and they start to show you like what they do in their daily routine, I'm like, that is such a calm and peaceful life. And then I watch videos of people from like other countries and I'm just like, yo, bro, that seemed like such a peaceful and calm life. It's like they got it all figured out, which they do. Living in Western society, it's like the hustle and bustle nature of it all, the go-getter mentality. There's countries that I think at a certain time, or cities, I'll say, cities within certain countries that at a certain time, everybody just rest for the day. Everybody. Like, it's a cultural thing. I forgot which city that is, but every time around, I think noon, everybody takes a break, go home and takes a nap. Compare that to the life that we have here in the United States. This shit that we have, like, it's not, like, this shit is not normal. There's something beyond this hustle and bustle life that we're living, and a lot of people lose sight to what could actually be out there. So when I sat down with myself and I said, the only reason why I'm actually doing this is because I know to make my mom and my family proud. But if I had it my way, dude, I just be playing basketball all day, wearing slides or my Birkenstocks everywhere. Me, 10 pairs of clothing, 10 pairs of shirts, 10 pairs of pants, and I'm good. 10 pairs of drawers. I just keep rewashing them. Like, living like that, I'll be straight. I lost myself a long time ago when I was a young man, to the point where when I actually had like a breakthrough, I gave all my designer clothes to my cousin. My jewelry, I ended up losing my jewelry. Every single scenario that I lost my jewelry in, I always thought like God is trying to tell me something. God is trying to tell you, bro, you don't need this jewelry. It's too braggadocious. This is not gonna fulfill you in life. And mind you, when I was doing the whole splurging thing and doing the designer and doing the diamond jewelry, the gold jewelry, I never felt fulfilled. I never felt fulfilled, gang. I never felt whole at all. Like, I'd never been a shallow person in my life, but chasing that and trying to obtain that because I know it would have brought me a certain level of status, that was making me feel so shallow, and I felt empty inside. I remember when I went to go buy my Ferragamo belt, because Ferragamo was a thing around this time. When I went to go buy it, it was just the hype around it to where I was just like, yes, I can't wait till, when I get back. I was living in New York at the time, by the way. I lived in New York for like 5-6 years. But at the time, I'm like, yes, I can't wait till, I head up to Barney's or Bergdorf Goodman or Saks Fifth, like anywhere, any one of these stores that got that belt, I'm copping it. I went and copped the belt. I'm smiling the whole time, like, yeah. Mind you, I still remember this because that was my favorite belt. I paid $580 something for that Ferragamo belt. Gold buckle. These were the first Ferragamo belts that came out. So I paid all that money for that belt. And mind you, I was in the city. So at the time I lived in Queens. So I'm like, I gotta take the train back home. So I'm on the train with a very expensive belt, just hype as shit. So I get home, I had Snapchat, I had all social media at the time. So I get home, I take videos, I put it on Snap, and dudes is, oh, you wildin', all right. And my teammates, they hit me up on Snap like, oh, this nigga wildin', you did that. All right, JR, we see you, I see you. And after I took those videos, after I got all that glaze from my homies, I looked at that belt and I said, well, I guess I got a Ferragamo belt now. The energy was fleeting. It just left me. I was just like, bro. I sat in the living room. I had an Xbox at the time, an Xbox S1, the white John. So I'm trying to play 2K. And while I'm playing 2K, my career, I'm just thinking like, why the fuck did I buy that belt, bro? Now, mind you, that belt was my breakthrough that I needed. That is what set me on the path of, bro, the world is way bigger than this shit. But that belt was the thing that I kept the longest. Out of all the materialistic items I bought, that belt stayed with me the longest. And I felt like it stayed with me the longest because, it was a memory, because it had a lesson that came with it, to where I finally had an epiphany. And I said, I gotta stop moving like this because I'm not even this type of person. Like, who am I trying to show off for? So from that moment on, the way I maneuvered in life was like, bro, none of this shit means nothing. At the end of the day, if you have a career or you want to strive for, by all means, do it. Do the hard things that'll, help you transition into the career. But if it gets so overwhelming to where you get stressed out, to where your health is in danger, just remember one thing: shit really don't mean nothing. For example, if you want to be a doctor and you're in medical school and it's to the point where like your health is in danger because you're so stressed out with your studies, take a semester off. I know some people that are striving for things in life, they won't take a break or they won't take a semester off because they feel like they'll fall off or, they'll be stagnant in their studies. Me? Nah, bro. Once I realized, bro, you can't take none of this shit with you, I created my own pace. I'm not on no set timer. I've been in school for so long, bro. I've had women tell me, when you gonna be done with this school shit? I looked at him like, is there a rush, ma'am? She's like, yeah, because every time you gotta go to school, every time you gotta write papers, every time you gotta that. I need my time with you. And the way I maneuver with those situations, I always say, maybe you have a timer on the way you do things, but me, I don't let nobody speed me up. My dad used to always tell me that. He said, don't let nobody speed you up in whatever you're doing. Go by your own pace. Now, there's certain things that they have deadlines. Like if you got assignments or if you got to do something by a certain deadline, okay, you got to honor the deadline. But when it comes to specific things that I can control in life, I'm like, bro, I'm not rushing shit. I mean, society tells you, you know, being in this profession would give you a comfortable life. So people would rush to hurry up, they succeed quicker so they can actually enjoy their life and their career path. Me, I'm not rushing shit, bro, because I'm not the type of person that's gonna say, well, once I get this degree, I'm gonna be living my best life and I'm getting older. So you know what, let me try hurry up and get this degree faster. Nah, life is a journey. And whenever I get to my destination is when I get to my destination. One thing I've noticed about Miami, and not even only Miami, a lot of people, some people are governed by money. Money is a lot of people's God. Material items is a lot of people's God. Me, it doesn't even move me. Younger me was out and about, all about chasing money, all about the money, to the point where I'm not gonna lie to you, I seen 75,000. I touched 75,000. And that version of me that was hustling, trying to get to $1, that version couldn't tie the shoes of the man that I am today. What everybody gotta realize is in this life, bro, is death equalizes everyone. We're all gonna die at some point. So do you wanna use the life that you have currently by chasing money, by being governed by materialistic items, or are you gonna have a genuine human experience and get all the knowledge that you can get to nourish yourself mentally and spiritually? We all got choices to make in this life, but all in all, one thing I know for sure is at the end of the day, none of this shit matters.
Growing up, I was doing all kinds of shit. Too many problems in my life I was trying to fix. Unaware, can't really explain if I was cognizant. I was more concerned with which block I was trying to spin.